Anti-Afro Spengalis. You know what, people? You know, when you think you have a quiet day, things are going well, and suddenly you realize the old adage, when something seems too good to be true, that's because it is too good to be true. Now, listen, there's something else you have to realize. How many times have you been in a situation when there are kids around and all of a sudden it's quiet? It's too quiet. What does that mean? Those kids are up to something. You've experienced both situations, right? By no means am I calling my dear friend Rev G, but Rev G was pretty quiet today. Rev G was quiet as a church mouse. And all of a sudden, guess what I started getting? I started getting these strange emails that I couldn't make sense of. I'm like, what? People were talking about a police report. I'm like, do you have a copy of the police report? I'm like, police report? I'm like, what are you talking about, police report? Rev G said something about police reports. What do you mean police reports? I mean, as of late, I haven't heard anything about police reports. And someone else sends an email saying, yes, he's got all these police reports up on the website or on the YouTube page. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? I go there. So lo and behold, listen, people, Rev G done one up and posted those police responses to FDMG. Now listen, people, this is another mark of discipline. Anti-fraud warrior discipline. On one hand, about holding on to information. Every piece of information that we get, we don't blast it. So we've had this information for quite some time, but it was being used for another purpose. But I told you Rev G is off the chain, right? So he went and posted this information. God help us. And I'm getting these emails about it. Now listen, if you want to know what Rev G plans to do with this information, you're going to have to talk to Rev G. There is another project that anti-fraud warriors are working on, but it's not ready yet. What Rev G is doing now, he's doing what Rev G does best. And that is what Rev G wants to do. Here's yet another example of you fools out there who insist on saying anti-Afro Spengalis is running Rev G and Rev G doesn't make a move without anti-Afro. You people are so full of it. If you want to know what the heck Rev G is doing with these police response reports, ask Rev G. At this point, I'm not even ready to do the presentation that we have been working on. I'm not even ready to tell you why we gathered this information. And to be frank with you, maybe I shouldn't even tell you. Some of the information we got is warm information. Now, you know what hot information is. You don't want to touch hot information because it's boosted, okay? Warm information, we're not sure how exactly it was acquired. Now, I have every confidence that Rev G wouldn't show that information. What he's going to show you, I'm going to trust it's going to be the information that was acquired through legitimate means. And let me tell you something else about Delaware. Information acquired in Delaware is not as easy as you think. The information you get from licensing and inspection, that's online. But other information like what he's showing you on that screen, that information is not easy to come by. If you want to know what Rev G is doing with that, you're going to have to ask Rev G. What we are planning to do with the information was primarily offline, and that got held up because of COVID. What we were going to be doing after that wrapped up, we were going to be coming on to YouTube and explain how it all played out. But at this point in time, we're not ready to do that. I guess Rev G has his own little plan. He's going to tell you all about it. You're sending me emails. I don't know what to tell you because I don't know what Rev G has planned. He's been quiet as a church mouse because he's been working on this. You know, Rev G is more than willing to give you information about what he's doing. Go and ask him. I cannot answer for him specifically about what he posted today, but I'll leave the link down at the bottom. Go over there and ask him. The project that we're working on, AFWs, I will be more than happy to share it with you when we wrap it up. I apologize. I'm not ready to tell you about it now because it's not all put together. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.